Have you ever felt like you're constantly in a state of push-pull in your relationships? One moment you crave closeness and intimacy, and the next you're overwhelmed and need to retreat. If this sounds familiar, you might be experiencing what's known as a fearful avoidant attachment style, sometimes called disorganized attachment. It's a complex pattern, but understanding it is the first step toward building healthier, more secure connections. So today, we're diving deep into what it means to be fearfully avoidant, where it comes from, how it shows up in your life, and most importantly, how you can begin to heal. So, what exactly is fearful avoidant attachment? At its core, it's a combination of high anxiety and high avoidance. People with this style deeply desire emotional connection, but are also terrified of it. There's a core belief that says, "I want you to come closer, but please don't hurt me." This creates an internal conflict that can be incredibly confusing, not just for you, but for your partners as well. You might find yourself wanting to be vulnerable, but as soon as someone gets too close, an internal alarm goes off, telling you to run, to create distance, to protect yourself from potential pain. This isn't a choice. It's a deeply ingrained response pattern. It's like having one foot on the gas and one foot on the brake at the same time. You want to move forward into intimacy, but you're also desperately trying to stop yourself from getting hurt. This internal tug-of-war is the hallmark of the fearful avoidant experience. To understand why this happens, we have to look back at our earliest experiences. Attachment styles are typically formed in childhood, based on our relationships with our primary caregivers. For fearful avoidance, the caregiving environment was often frightening, unpredictable, or inconsistent. The very people who are supposed to be a source of safety and comfort may have also been a source of fear or distress. This could be due to a variety of factors. Perhaps a parent struggled with their own unresolved trauma, mental health issues, or addiction, leading to chaotic and unpredictable behavior. One moment they might have been loving and present, and the next, angry, withdrawn, or neglectful. This inconsistency sends a confusing message to a child. The person I need for survival is also someone I am afraid of. The child learns that love and danger are intertwined. In other cases, it could stem from overt trauma or neglect. When a child's needs for safety, comfort, and emotional connection are not reliably met, they don't develop a secure base. They learn that relationships are inherently unsafe, and they can't trust others to be there for them. Creates a foundational belief that intimacy is dangerous, even while the innate human need for connection remains. So how does this push-pull dynamic play out in adult relationships? It's often a roller coaster of intense emotions. When you're single, you might feel a deep sense of loneliness and an intense craving for a partner. You might fantasize about the perfect relationship where you finally feel safe and loved. But when you actually start dating someone and things begin to get serious, that's when the avoidance kicks in. To start to notice their flaws, you feel suffocated, you find reasons to pull away, or even sabotage the relationship. You might pick fights, become emotionally distant, or abruptly end things, only to regret it later. This cycle can be exhausting. You might also find yourself drawn to partners who mirror the chaos of your childhood. It's common for fearful avoidance to end up in relationships with either anxious, preoccupied partners who can feel clingy and overwhelming, or with dismissive avoidant partners who are emotionally unavailable and confirm your belief that you'll ultimately be abandoned. This often creates a self-fulfilling prophecy. You fear abandonment, so you pull away to protect yourself, which in turn can cause your partner to leave, reinforcing your original fear. It's a painful cycle of seeking connection and then pushing it away out of a deep-seated fear of getting hurt. The good news is that attachment styles are not life sentences. You can heal and move toward what's called earned security. The journey begins with self-awareness. The first step is simply recognizing and accepting your patterns without judgment. Notice when you feel the urge to pull away. What triggered it? What thoughts and feelings are coming up for you? Naming it, "This is my fear of intimacy showing up," can take away some of its power. Instead of being swept away by the impulse, you can begin to observe it with curiosity. Journaling can be an incredible tool here. Write down your feelings about your relationships, your fears, your desires. Look for the patterns. This process of self-discovery is the foundation for change. You can't change what you don't acknowledge. It's about becoming a detective of your own inner world, understanding the why behind your reactions. The next crucial step is learning to regulate your emotions. Because of the early life chaos, the nervous system of a fearful avoidant is often highly reactive. Small disagreements can feel like major threats, and the fear of abandonment can be overwhelming. Learning to self-soothe is a game changer. This can involve mindfulness and breathing exercises. When you feel that wave of anxiety or the urge to flee, try to ground yourself in the present moment. Take a few slow, deep breaths. Feel your feet on the floor. Notice 5 things you can see, 4 things you can touch, 3 things you can hear. This helps to calm your nervous system and brings you out of that fight or flight response. It creates a space between the trigger and your reaction, giving you a chance to choose a different response instead of defaulting to your old pattern of pushing people away. It's about learning to be the safe harbor for yourself that you never had as a child. 2. Communication is another key area for growth. For fearful avoidants, expressing needs and fears can feel terrifying. You might think, if I tell them I'm scared, they'll leave, or if I ask for what I need, I'll be seen as too much. You have to learn to challenge these beliefs and practice communicating your feelings in a calm, non-accusatory way. You could say something like, I'm really enjoying getting to know you, but sometimes when we get close, I feel overwhelmed and scared. It's something I'm working on, and I might need a little space sometimes. It isn't about you, This kind of vulnerability, while scary, is what builds true intimacy and trust. It allows your partner to understand your inner world instead of just being confused by your hot and cold behavior. It invites them to be a part of your healing journey rather than being a victim of your defense mechanisms. Of course, this is not an easy journey to take on your own. Working with a therapist who is knowledgeable about attachment theory can be incredibly beneficial. Therapy provides a safe, consistent relationship where you can explore your past trauma and practice new ways of relating. A good therapist can act as that secure base, helping you make sense of your experiences and guiding you as you learn to trust again. They can provide you with tools and strategies tailored to your specific needs. They can help you challenge the negative core beliefs you hold about yourself and others, such as I am unlovable or everyone will eventually leave me. Remember, seeking professional help is a sign of strength, not weakness. It's an investment in your well-being and your future relationships. Finally, healing involves practicing new behaviors in your relationships. It means taking small risks. It means staying present when you want to run. It means choosing to trust someone, even when it feels scary. It's about learning that a disagreement doesn't have to mean the end of the relationship, and that someone can see your flaws and love you anyway. This process is gradual. There will be setbacks. There will be times when you fall back into old patterns. That's okay. The goal is not perfection. The goal is progress. Be compassionate with yourself. You are unlearning a lifetime of survival strategies. Every time you choose to stay instead of flee, every time you communicate your fear instead of acting on it, you are rewiring your brain for security. You are teaching yourself, step by step, that love and connection can be safe. Understanding your fearful avoidant attachment style is the key that unlocks the door to a new way of living and loving. It's a journey from fear to freedom, from chaos to calm, and from self-sabotage to you deserve to feel safe in your relationships. You deserve to experience the deep, meaningful connection you've always craved. The path isn't always easy, but it is absolutely possible to build the secure, loving relationships you long for. Thank you for joining me on this deep dive. If this resonated with you, please consider liking this video and subscribing for more content on building healthier relationships. Take care.